season of giving. So before we begin, I'd like to thank Linda's Cafe for our awesome lunch today. I also want to remind you that GEUS is filming, so especially if you're coming up here to speak, they are going to have a camera on you. And at this time, if I could have my ambassadors who are presenting come up to the stage. At this time, we're introducing some new members that are here in the audience with us.
Well, I get to be first. Good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas. It's really good to see everybody here. And I'm Liz Patterson, for those of you that don't know me, with Prestige Benefits Group, Integra Insurance. We're located right next door to Bank of America. We do home, auto, commercial, health, life, and Medicare, so this has been a busy month for us. But I have the pleasure of introducing a new member, and I have never met her before. She's been here 10 years, and so her name is Christy Peroni. Here she goes. She's got the Perone. Is it Perone or Peroni?
Perone.
Okay, Perone Law Firm downtown. Some of you probably already know what that is, and I was surprised that I didn't know because I've been here a long time. So she's been in practice 10 years. She was a prosecutor for 2 years. She's married. Her husband has been is a police officer in Garland for 27 years. She has 2 kiddos. They live in Roy City. She practices family law, child welfare, court-appointed work, and she is running for district judge to replace Judge Bench. So keep that in mind when you go vote. But anyway, everybody welcome Christine Perone.
Hi, I'm Holly Gumper with the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Texas, and I'm here to introduce Enoch Stroke. Stand up and say hi. This is his first chamber luncheon to attend, so please make your way over and say hi afterward. Their business is SDSX, and that is an IT systems services business, and they operate mostly on a subscription model at $50 a month. They do websites, they can streamline automations from your CRM system and help you scale up. So all of the IT computer type things, he's going to be your person to talk to. If you are also out in the Josephine area, he is the new director of that Chamber of Commerce as well. We're happy to have you here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is David Ellis, and I would like Brett Baggerly to stand up. That's him over there. If we look at him, a new business in the area called Best Version Media, Greenville Living. Of course, it's going to be on the chamber site. That's how you kind of get a hold of him. But they have had 51 million, that's a big number, 51 million distributions in the United States today. It's a publication, it's a magazine, it's a online media type advertising your business. There's going to be distributions in Greenville. They already have an office in Sulphur Springs, Paris, and Rockwall. And they have 1,400 publications going on. That's all I got to say right now. And so make sure you say hello to Brett over there, and Merry Christmas.
Hello, I'm Rebecca from Hunt County Shared Ministries, which is FISH. I just want to thank you for all of your support through the year and especially the last couple of months, and we still have holiday packing coming up in 2 weeks, and I'll have those dates and times posted by today on our Facebook page. But I want you to meet my new best friend, Bridget Gray. We have so much in common. Foundation Senior Service, which is elevating care for veterans, seniors, and families. This is no cost to families through the government VA community care, and she is over Hunt County and Collin County. But she lives in Campbell. She's recently moved to our area. And as I was reading her bio, she has a ranch that I can't wait for us to hear more about. But her VA services is mental health care. They do evaluations, medicine management, and therapy. And again, that's no cost to our veterans. She's the visionary of her regenerative ranch. That's why I can't wait to hear more about it. And Bridget is guided by her philosophy to build systems that uplift people, protect the land, and create multi-generational pathways for individuals and families to thrive. Welcome her to our community and to the chamber. Thank
you. Good morning. Do like, good morning. All right, I am John Hayden. I am the library director here in Greenville for the Walworth Harrison Public Library. And I have the pleasure and the honor to introduce Melissa Kirby back there. Come on, let's stand up. All right. Melissa is part of the Legacy Legal Essentials, which is really ran about women only, really. Got one guy, all women, right? So I'm supposed to say she's beautiful, and what else was it? Like
Amazing fun.
all that. So, but really, so Legacy, what they do is they're a team of mobile notaries. They have process servers, signing agents, bilingual translators. They have immigration forms, and the specialists and more services are coming. And they recently did a ID kits for children at the library, outside the library, and it was a really great event. They had a couple bounce houses and a bunch of kids out there and families there. So they're doing a really great job for our community. So give it one more time for Melissa Kirby.
Hello, everybody. I'm David Wyland of Century 21 Patterson Agency. You know, I really like coming to these quarterly meetings. You know, we're all programmed for midday feedings, so there's that. But one of the things I really enjoy are the people that I meet. And today I've had the pleasure in just a very short period of time to meet one of the more interesting young men that I have met in a long time, Mr. Kuda Nambwawe. Would you stand up, please, sir? He is a 2020 graduate of now East Texas A&M with a BS degree in accounting. He owns his own business now called Osage Financial. And now, one of the problems with getting older, your memory is not as good as it used to be. So I'm going to have to read some things, okay? He is the managing director of Osage Financial. It's an advisory, tax, and fractional accounting firm. He previously served as a financial controller at Frymeyer Home Services. They are a multi-million-dollar home services business. And he told Katie Ferguson and I the story about that a little bit earlier. Some remarkable how he started at this level and 6 months later ended up here as being the CFO for the company. He's a philosopher, an avid accountant. I've never heard the term avid in accountant. He must like his job. Economist, farmer, survivalist, and business operator engaging primarily in incubating new businesses and helping investors, business owners, and managers in optimizing their current business operations through his company. As I've already mentioned, he's a graduate of A&M in Commerce. He's a frequent public speaker. Now, I believe that, though I haven't heard him speak in an environment like this. Just talk to him. You'll find out. He's an author and a debater in the topics of business growth, political economy, business theory, and philosophy. I don't know how one person can be in all that, but he can. And he created the term. It's a very interesting term, genetic intelligence. And that is to separate naturally occurring human intelligence and the nascent artificial intelligence. And he specializes in stale capital. And I don't know how much stale capital is represented in this room today, but surely there's some. Stale capital is undeployed cash or cash equivalents held in place for 6 months or more, yielding returns less than the rate of inflation over the same period. That's easy to understand, but I couldn't have put that together. Welcome, Kuda, and if you have some accounting needs, give him a call.
Good afternoon. I'm retired from, what's the glasses up here? Is that, okay. My name is Doug Rosehart. I'm retired, but I also represent Daybreak Rotary, and so I'm looking forward to, after this, going to take a nap afterwards. Trying to work that into the schedule. I have the honor this morning, or this afternoon, to introduce Orbis Corporation and Janetta Spradley and Zach Johnson. Zach is not the golfer that you see on TV. He said he, anyway, but Zach is the plant manager, and Janetta Spradling is the HR manager. Orbis Corporation took over the old Rubbermaid place, if you know where that was, and I think back when Rubbermaid left, back in probably about 2010, we thought it was going to be a terrible day for the city, and we're thrilled now that Orbis has come back in there and filled that up, and they're only in their first phase of production there, and they plan to expand, but they do plastic injection molding manufacturing. They've been there since June of 2024. They have 175 employees. They do totes, milk crates, lots of other things that have plastic injection molding. Their customers are Amazon and Walmart and any automotive supply, so they ship nationwide, and they do a lot of business. So they are a subsidiary of Menasha, who has been in business for 175 years, and actually Orbis has been in business for 27 years. So, but they're just getting started here, so we want to really welcome them to our community. So thank you for being here.
Good morning, everyone. And I have the privilege of introducing World System Builder Financial Education, Ani and Isabel. Y'all will stand. They are the dynamic duo that can help you understand, is your money controlling you, or do you control your money? So they help with financial planning, they help with estate planning, college education scholarships. They do not currently have a office here in Greenville, but are willing to come meet with you in Greenville. Their main office is out of Dallas, and if y'all can just give them a warm welcome.
So for those of you that were just introduced, we hope that you can stay so that we can give you a plaque and get a picture, and then all of you, I hope, can introduce yourselves to them. I would like to thank Chamber employees, Caitlin Caldwell, Director of Events and Public Relations. She's back there. She did everything today. And Hannah Bywaters over here next to me, Director of Membership and Marketing. So, of course, we do this every time we go through our introduction. So our business investors that are here today, we have Platinum Investor, L3 Harris in the room. Gold Investor, Alliance Bank. Sapphire Investors, American National Bank, GEUS, and Nissan of Greenville. Silver Investors, Cornerstone Insurance, Family First Home Health and Hospice, Hunt Regional Healthcare, Lee Street Living, Signsco, and Wildcat Realty Partners. Our bonds investors that are here today, Atmos Energy, Container Living, the Earls Tax Service, and Uptown Forum. And then I have some people I'd like to introduce. We do have our Chamber board members here. Vince Patterson, who is chair of the board with Prestige Integrity Insurance Services. So next we have Mandy Stewart with All City Real Estate, Miranda Spencer with American National, David Ellis with the Golden K's, David Wyland with Central Cleveland Patterson Agency, Kelly Bullock with Family First Home Health and Hospice, Paul Payne with Alliance Bank, Jimmy Dickey with GEUS, David Wolf with International Grains, Dick Demian with Blackjack Disposal, Rose Hayden with Hunt Regional Healthcare, Dr. Joe Lopez with Greenville ISD, And then we have chamber ambassadors in the room. Some of you met them already. They came up to the stage. Sheila Ellis with Valtrusa is here. Chris Mangle with GEUS. Connie Barman with American National Bank. Doug Rosart with Daybreak Rotary. Liz Patterson with Prestige Integrity Insurance Services. Kelly Ledford with American National Bank. Debbie Sickles with Insurance Group of North Texas. Holly Dumper with Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Texas. Rebecca Ecker with Hunt County Shared Ministries. Tracy Fenton with Britex Bubbles. James Knapp with residents at Bear Creek Apartments. Roxanne Turner with Turtle Creek Financial Group. David Wild with Century 21 Patterson Agency. David Ellis with the Golden Cays. John Hayden with Walworth Harrison Public Library. Louis Dickens with Greenville Boutique and Gifts. So we have some people here with the Greenville Board of Development today. We have Sean Franklin, Blake Taylor, he's on here, Jerry Morris, Barry Gluck. I believe that's it. Where are y'all sitting right here? The city of Greenville, we do have our city manager here, Summer Spurlock. They're right here. Our Mayor Pro Tem, TJ Goss. City Council members, Philip Spencer, Ken Freeman. We have our tourism manager back here, Stacey Foley. And City Secretary Carla Leonard. We have our Greenville ISD School Board here with Dr. Joe Lopez. We have Angie Taylor. Lonnie, Kadeem Johnson and Jeanette Rowling. Randy Weininger's here, our tax assessor collector. Scott Bernard, our Hunt County attorney's here. Where are you, Scott? And the U.S. House of Representatives Deputy District Director Natalie Steinfeld's here. And then we have lots of nonprofits in the room who came out to celebrate our nonprofit member of the year. So I just want to recognize them. And I want you to know that we had 38 nonprofits that are members of the chamber. So several of them are here. I'm not going to name all 38, by the way. Altrusa International, Hunt County Shared Ministries, Hunt County Senior Service Alliance, Golden Kiwanis, Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Texas, Firewall Ministries, Greenville Educational Enrichment Foundation, Help a Child Benefit, Restore Joy, Twin Rotors Mission, CASA for Hunt County, Keep Greenville Beautiful, Daybreak Rotary, New Rotary, Arms of Hope, and Women in Need. And then we also have a nonprofit from Rockwall here today. The Rockwall Youth Symphony is here. So right now is our time we're going to hear from a few of our sponsors because we cannot do our lunch without them. We thank you for your generosity. So the first one up is going to be Bridget Gray with Foundations Senior Service, and she's our table sponsor today.
Try to walk as quickly as possible. First of all, I'm just grateful to be here with everyone today and just let the community know a little bit about Foundation Senior Services. Looking at the name, you would think that the only thing that we care for on a day-to-day basis, whether home-based or into our mental health division is seniors. But 80% of what we do is government contracted through the VA, through VA Community Care Program. If you don't know what VA Community Care Program is, it is the services that a veteran can receive through either the VA or private individuals that cost them nothing to receive. The problem that we had 2025 is a high suicide rate with our veterans that have served to keep us safe every day. So with that, Foundation Senior Services now have a mental health division that is home-based. One of the data showed that most veterans didn't trust or want to go to the VA to receive their services. So having home-based services allows us to reach the veterans where they're at. So we were started in McKinney in 2013. I sold my house in Princeton and now it's in Campbell. I'm now a year and a half. So I am not driving to McKinney unless I have to now. And am so glad to be a part of the chamber and to start setting my roots here in Hunt County. So thank you for having me.
Next, we have Jennifer Pitziger with Keep Greenville Beautiful as our advertising sponsor. Okay, so I'm Jennifer Pitzinger with Keep Greenville Beautiful. Many of you may know me, many of you may not. So I thought that it would be good just to kind of show you what we do. We've been around for a long time, since 1986. We started as actually Clean Greenville and later aligned with Keep Texas Beautiful and Keep America Beautiful. So we changed to Keep Greenville Beautiful. So a lot of times people are like, well, what is Keep Greenville Beautiful? What do you do? So for those of you that don't know, these are just some of the things that we do. And also, how can you get involved? We always need volunteers and nonprofits, of course, and also sponsors. So these are just some of the sponsors that have sponsored us for the year and for different events. You can do that for any of these. But I wanted to have a couple pictures of some of our volunteers, our board, that helped with our home garden show. But one of the main things that we do is Arbor Day. That is in conjunction with 7 elementary schools. We do a poster contest K through 4. And from that poster contest goes where we go into the schools, we talk about Arbor Day and trees. The teachers talk about that with our kids. And also we do a celebration. We give out 2,800 saplings every year. So of those saplings, I'm sure some of y'all have planted those in your yard somewhere. And so we are grateful for that. Another thing that we do that I love is tacos and trash. One of my passions is picking up trash. Now it's weird, but I like it. And we encourage people to pick up trash. So we actually, tacos and trash is just that. You go pick up trash, and afterwards we feed you tacos. So we've been doing that at Rancho Viejo for a couple of years, and it works out really great. We had our Trashy Awards back in the spring. We do like the biggest group for organization like Rotary, for instance, one. We do schools and also business. And it's just nothing, it's just a fun little award. But anyway, and you get a t-shirt. So also we have Home and Garden Show, which actually we have coming up in the spring. We have a date set for it and a new location. It's going to be held at the Walworth Harrison Library on March 28th. And I'm really excited to be partnering with them. And so we will be having a mulch truck that GUS will be providing, so you can come get free mulch that day. Many of you may not know that we have a free mulch pile in Greenville. So anyway, we kind of wanted to bring that to the show to help people know that they can come get that for their gardens. We also, other events are electronic recycling. So many of you may have participated in that. If you don't, you have electronics, especially after the holidays, just keep them and bring them, and we get rid of them for you. It helps to divert that out of the landfill. But anything that has a plug on it, not just computers, but you can bring like cell phones and like blenders, and I'm just thinking vacuums, whatever. And then Make a Difference Day. We've had different projects with that throughout the year. Lately, we've been doing like cleanups, so we'll do massive amounts of like Blackjack will have something where they'll bring their, you can go, I guess, drop your bulk stuff off, and then we'll do a cleanup and electronic recycling event the same day. And then lastly, this is our next event that we'll be holding is Christmas tree recycling on January the 3rd, and that will be at the GUS parking lot. Super easy. You just get all the decorations off your tree and you bring it. They unload it for you and you drive away. It's that simple. The cool thing is the mulch I was talking about, these get mulched up and returned to the mulch pile. So it's kind of like a circle of life thing. So anyway, yeah, we hope to see you at the Christmas tree recycling. If you want to volunteer, please contact me. And if you also ever want to sponsor, we would love to have you as well. And we thank you for all of your help and support. Harris, and our main core sponsor today.
I'm Jeremy Kilgore with L3 Harris. Hopefully most of you know what L3 Harris does, what we're about. So just kind of want to give you a recap of what 2025 was for our company. We're all, four of us represented here, we're all on the logistics, not the operations side of the business. So in 2025 was a pretty good year. We awarded about 496 employees, which is great. Awarded a huge contract from the Korean government, so we're currently working on that right now to get things in place. So on the operations side, it's huge for us because there's a lot of parts we'll be building, a lot of tooling that's going to be made. We're going to have to come up with a lot of space and logistics to put all this together. So saying all that, rolling into 2026, we've got about 116 open recs that we still have, a lot on the engineering side, some on the touch labor side, procurement, security. So look forward to rolling into 2026, try to get those positions filled. So if you know of anybody that's looking for a position, get with us and try to get them employed, because we got a busy end of the year and a busy year next year. So Merry Christmas to everyone.
And lastly, we have Bobby Hodges with Nissan of Greenville, who is also our main core sponsor.
Is everybody asleep from all that pasta? Because I know when I eat a big bowl of pasta, the next thing I want to do is take a nice nap. So I wanted to talk to you real quick, and I always like to start with a joke. But luckily, our service director, Chris Watson here, talked me out of it. So he saved y'all. But what I wanted to tell you is, most of us that work at Nissan of Greenville, we actually live in the community. Most of our salespeople live locally. I live locally. So we actually care when you come in that you'll have a good experience. And I always joke with people, and this is what I tell them. I tell them this: I don't want to see you at Walmart and have you go. Or I'm shopping and beans go flying by my head in a can because you're mad. So we really do care. We really do want to take care of you. And on that note, Chris and I just spoke. If you need a vehicle serviced, we can service almost any vehicle except for heavy duty trucks. Come on in, let them know that you're with the Chamber of Commerce, and you'll get employee pricing. So we'll take care of you. Call, make an appointment, ask for Chris, you can ask for Hanya, you can ask for Roy. They'll take great care of you. Chris has done an amazing job. In the time he's been there, our service department has pretty much tripled, and our service score ratings are now some of the highest in Sonic Automotive. So Sonic Automotive owns over 100 dealerships across the country, and our service department right now is actually rated up there with some of our BMW and Mercedes stores, because we're taking care of people. Now, it's the end of the year. As far as cars go, there's 0% financing on different cars, $5,000 rebates. Come on in, we're gonna take care of you. And used cars. Our GM loves to buy used vehicles. We go through the shop with them, they're all well taken care of. And just let them know, anybody that you come in contact with, that you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and we're gonna make it easy for you. We want it to be simple. Greenville, this is what I know. Everybody kind of knows each other, or everybody knows somebody that knows that person. We want what comes out of your mouth to be a great experience. That means a lot to us. We worked real hard in the last year to turn around that kind of stigma from the past, and now it's a new generation, it's a new age for us, and we're stepping into that. And we want you to know that we care for the community, we care for the people, we work here, we shop here, we go to church locally, and again, we do care. Come on in, we'll take great care of you. Thank you for your time.
Thank all our sponsors. So the Chamber does the annual auction at casino every year, but you've been to it. It's one of our main fundraisers, and through this fundraiser, we donate a portion of the proceeds to one of our 501c3 members. So last year, the Greenville Chamber awarded 2 scholarships to Arms of Hope and to 18 Meals. And at this time, I'd like to invite Joel with Arms of Hope, our last year's nonprofit of the year, to the stage to talk about what they used their funds for.
I lost track whether it's good afternoon or good morning, so I'll just say good day. Thank you for hosting this. Thank you guys so much for this grant we received last year. We cannot do what we do, which is provide care for single mothers and their children without generous grants and individual donations that we receive from our community. With this grant last year, it was really fun. We ended up having a collective effort. Lake Point Church in Rockwall came alongside of us. They donated some monies. We put it together with this grant. They also brought this labor force that was really fun to see. I don't know if you experienced this at your Thanksgiving, but my Thanksgiving had little people running around it, and we have a lot of little people on campus, and so little people tend to bump and break and bruise things along the way, and so our living spaces for our single moms get bumped and bruised and broken along the way, and after 15 or 20 years, it's time to repair some of these things. And so we had a single mom's residence that needed a lot of love. Think drawings on the walls, think bumps and bruises to the walls, as well as some flooring that needed replaced. And so we used our volunteer labor, the generous grant from the chamber, as well as some other monies, and we renovated a space for a single mom and her kiddo. And so at Arms of Hope, we really don't just want to provide a house, we want to provide a home. And so when we do our renovations, we try to do them high quality, where a mom can walk in and know that she feels safe and loved and cared for. And so that's what we did with the money. We renovated the space for one of our single moms. We now have 30 single moms on our campus with around 70 kids that we care for every single day. Our moms come from homeless situation, domestic violence, and drug and alcohol recovery. We provide services for them. They live with us. And then they pursue education. And so all of our moms are pursuing some kind of education that they can get back on their feet and live life again to the fullest with their children. So again, thank you. Merry Christmas. We appreciate the grant so much.
This year we had 10 wonderful nonprofits from Hunt County who applied for the funds from the auction casino. These funds have to be used for a program, a project, or a capital campaign, and in some way this project has to impact the community. So we had also 3 board members that got together, they met, and they decided which nonprofit would win. So right now we're going to hear from 5 of those nonprofits that applied. And first up we have Rachel Driggers with Altrusa International Agreement.
To the Chamber for inviting us here today so that I can share the good works that Altrusa of Greenville is doing. This is the 3rd time I've done this presentation, so I'll apologize ahead of time to all of you that have already seen it once, maybe twice. This year, we decided as Altrusans that we're really good about getting out in the community and doing things in the community, but what we're not really good about doing is spreading the word about the things that we do in the community. So we found that we thought everybody knew who we were, but really they didn't. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about Altrusa. But I'm going to start with a question because the teacher in me won't let me do anything else. Does anybody know what amendment gave women the right to vote and what year that passed? Anybody want to take a guess?
1921.
19th Amendment. 1920, you're close, Wes. 1920, it was the 19th Amendment. Well, Altrusa was actually formed in 1917. So before women had a right to vote, we had an Altrusa Club. Women were in the workplace at that time because that was during World War I, and there was found to be a need for women's groups. Altrusa's mission is to improve communities worldwide by providing service, developing leadership, fostering international understanding, and encouraging fellowship through its international network of dedicated volunteers, all under the guiding principle of leading to a better community. Our motto is patriotism, efficiency, service. We are an international group. We are a group worldwide, and we focus on local projects, but we also have an international focus as well. And there are a few famous Altrusans that you might know the names of. One is Joella Terrell Butler. She was a member of the Wichita Falls Club. She became an Altrusan in 1934, and she was an oil wildcatter. So you can get a picture of her in your mind, I'm sure. But she was faithful and never missed her Altrusa meetings. She had perfect attendance for 792 consecutive meetings. That's a lot of meetings. That's a lot of meetings. She also went on to serve in 1969 as the Altrusa president, international Altrusa president, let me say that. Eleanor Roosevelt is also a famous Altrusan. We actually have an award today named after Eleanor Roosevelt. It's a humanitarian award. Texas is the largest Altrusa district. We are called District 9. You never use the number 9, you spell it out N-I-N-E. District 9. It used to include Mexico, but Mexico no longer has any active clubs. So District 9 is the entire state of Texas. We are the largest. All right. These are our current club officers, and I'm sure that many of you know many of these lovely ladies that are here. This is my board. I am the president this year, and these are the lovely ladies that serve on my board. And you guys know any of these ladies, and you know their hearts are all about service and all about the community. We started off, our Altrusa year starts off in June 1st. So early in June, we started off and we were like, we just need to get the ball rolling, let's do a project. So we knew that school was starting back soon. So we put together some kits for our nurses. As they went back to work, we provided some feminine hygiene kits. We all know that young ladies sometimes wind up in a situation where they're not always prepared for things that happen with them. So we provided kits for the nurses. They were very appreciative and very happy to have those for the kids. We also have this year done a project in coordination with Rafa. We did a diaper drive. We collected 1,000 diapers, 39 packages of wipes, 188 books, and 24 onesies for those young moms. We also have a global focus. We have partnered with Authentic Life Fellowship. Jeff Phillips, a lot of you know Jeff, goes over and they build some houses, and so we were able to help provide some funds to build some houses in Africa. And these pictures down here, I know you can't see them real well, but they're holding up signs, and the signs are thanking Altrusa for the generous donations and support so that they can have a home to live in. We also work on the United Way Shower Project at Authentic Life Fellowship, where we provide a meal, we put together some goodie bags. Sometimes, like we will be doing that in just another month or so, and we will be providing things like warm blankets, socks, hygiene items, things of that nature. And we also focus on reading. That's really our main focus. So we're going to have a literacy component to those bags this year and put some books in those bags. We also do a project for women in need. Every year at Christmas, we have an altruistic Christmas party, and we all donate and bring in little gifts. So think of a child who might be with their mom at Wynn, and they get to go into this little special room that Wynn has, and they get to pick out a gift. And they get to give that gift to their parents. So we help to provide those gifts. Things like, little jewelry trinkets or lotions or candles, just things that, a child would want to give to a mother. We have a picture here of our ladies putting together the kits for the school nurses and the shower project items. We also work with Cross for the Cause. We go in and we roll those t-shirts. Some of you that have ordered those t-shirts, we were the ones that rolled them up for you, and we put them in those bags. We also, I mentioned reading. We are wanting to get books in the hands of children because we know that the only way to break that cycle of poverty is through education. And so we want to get books in the hands of children. So we have passed them out at Halloween on the Square. If you were at Halloween on the Square this year and you saw some ladies dressed up in some 70s attire, you know I just pulled it out of my closet. We were giving books away, and I joked at the time and said that it was kind of like Jesus feeding the thousands with the fish and the loaves, because every time I turned around to look, it was like there were just more books on the table. We had enough books that we started passing them out at 4:30, and we ended with the last book being passed out. No child went without getting the book that evening. So that was really exciting. We also do a signature project or reading rodeo where we select an elementary school and we go into that school. We have community members that come into the campuses with us and read books to children. Every child gets one. Some years we're able to give 2 books out, and we're really excited about that program. The kids love it. We have police officers and firemen and community leaders that come in and they get to read to these kids, and the kids just absolutely love that as well. Altruistic International partners with Days for Girls. Days for Girls provides sustainable menstrual care for girls. What I mean by that is there are young women who miss school because they don't have appropriate means. I'm trying to talk about a delicate subject here, so I'm thinking very carefully on my words because I'm on TV. So they provide sustainable menstrual care for these young girls. Otherwise, they have to stay home from school. So it's called Days for Girls because they're giving days back to young women. We're keeping the education system and cycle going throughout these ladies' cycles. We have a project that's coming up. We have some flyers over at our table. If you didn't stop by our table, you can grab one of those on the way out. We would invite you to come in. You don't have to know how to sew. There's lots of different things that you can do. We would love to have you come in and partner with us for Days for Girls. And there's more information on that flyer that is coming up next month. It's time to kick off the holiday season, right? We've got a lot of events coming up. First one starts tonight with the Christmas parade. We're all about reading, so guess what altruists are going to be doing this evening at the Christmas parade? Passing out books. Yes, we're going to get there early and we're going to pass out books to the crowd as they're gathering and standing and waiting. We also have the Altruista Tour of Homes coming up. That is this Sunday. The Altruista Tour of Homes is our largest fundraiser. All proceeds from any fundraiser that Altruista does goes directly back into the community. We don't use those funds for our operating expenses at all. Everything goes directly back into the community. And I want to give you just a quick example of what I mean by back into the community. I'm going to quote some numbers from last year, and then I'll give you a couple of numbers from this year. Our fundraising efforts allowed us last year to provide $20,000 in funds to many worthy projects. Things like Friends of Walworth Harrison Library, Ross for the Cause, Hunt County Kids, the GISD, that's Greenville ISD, Teacher Supply Closet, The Drug-Free Greenville, Quinlan ISD English Learner Mentoring Program, Script, Build Matters campaign, the Audie Murphy Cotton Museum, Hunt County Kids for school supplies. We also sponsored Darkness to Light, a sexual abuse prevention program, Hunt County Shared Ministries for outdoor food lockers, Days for Girls, and Authentic Light Fellowship Church by building 3 homes. We do a lot more than that. We like to be hands-on. We like for you to have something when you leave. So, in that spirit of having something when you leave, I have 10 numbers. When you came in, you got a ticket. Get your tickets out. I have 10 numbers. We have 10 little items for you to choose from. If you have a winning ticket, just hold on to it. We'll meet you back at the table at the end of this. So here we go, and I'm going to go fast. So get ready. All right, last 4 digits. 9269, 9279, 0880, 9322, 9323, 9224, 8878, 0080, 0077, and the last one, 0079. Thank you so much for your kind attention and for allowing me to be here today.
Thank you, Rachel. Next up, we have Daya Chamberlain with the Greenville Educational Enrichment Foundation.
Good morning or good day, not sure what it is either. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Daya Chamberlain, and I currently serve as the Vice President for the Greenville Educational Enrichment Foundation. Before I dive into our topic today, I want to see how many GISD alumni we have. Raise your hand. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad to see all of your faces. So now that we've shared that connection, let's talk about why I'm here today. So Duke's mission is to enrich the educational experience of every Greenville ISD student and to support the teachers that serve them. We strongly believe that when students thrive, our entire community thrives. Our schools are the heartbeat of Greenville, building a stronger workforce, supporting our families, and uplifting our neighborhoods. Nurturing the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and problem solvers. That's our goal. For more than 25 years, GEEP has stepped in where traditional school funding ends. Our role is to elevate opportunities and to ensure that teachers and students have what they need to teach, learn, and succeed. In 2025, because of community generosity and the district partnership, GEEP awarded more than $78,000 in teacher grants and classroom grants. That is the most we have done. These grants brought to life projects in literacy, STEM, chemistry, agriculture, physical education, music, and the arts. Each project represents a teacher's vision, an idea that they believed would spark imagination, ignite curiosity, and bring learning to life. GEEP also proudly supports initiatives that lift up and encourage the educators who pour their hearts into our students each day. These initiatives include the Back to School Resource Fair, Super Staff Recognition, and Teacher Appreciation Programs. I think we can all agree that when educators feel valued, supported, students feel that too. I know mine too. In 2024, GEEP partnered with Greenville ISD to host the first annual Back to School Resource Fair, providing students and families with the essentials to begin the school year with confidence. From school supplies, backpacks, to haircuts, immunizations, and health screenings, the event reflects the deep commitment to removing all of those barriers so that students can focus on what matters most, their education and learning. This year, we launched the Supply Student Initiative, an inviting donors to sponsor a school supply kit and backpack for just $25. With more than 83% of our students identified as economically disadvantaged and more than 1,300 registered for support, this program ensures that no child enters the classroom unprepared or feeling less than. Every student deserves to walk in on the first day of school feeling confident, prepared, and ready to learn. To sustain programs like Supply a Student and to grow it, G relies heavily on your community investment. Fundraisers like our Bling and Bang Bingo and Leave Your Mark campaign, employee contributions, business sponsorships, and individual donations and grants all make this work possible. Every contribution, no matter the size, directly impacts our teachers and students right here at home. As we look ahead, Jeep is working towards a goal of $175,000. It's a big goal, but we are definitely up for the challenge. $100,000 for classroom grants and $75,000 for the back-to-school resource fair. These investments aren't just numbers, they're opportunities. Opportunities to spark innovation in classrooms, expand support for families, and continue building the long-term success of our community. I want to close today with this thought. Every child in Greenville carries a story that's still being written. Right now, those pages are unfolding in their classrooms, at home, and in all the places where they feel the community support. Through G, each of us has a hand in shaping those stories, opening the doors, easing burdens, and helping students discover what is possible when their community supports them. As we approach the end of the year, I invite you to consider making a year-end contribution to the Greenville Educational Enrichment Foundation. Your generosity directly fuels the programs that change lives and brighten futures. Together, I know that we can continue building Greenville, and I know that you're going to ensure that the students have the tools, the support, and the encouragement to roar. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here today.
Next, we have Wade Bartley with Health and Child Benefit.
Thank you, Shelley. It's a privilege for me to be here today just to be able to present to you some information about the Health and Child Benefit. The Health and Child Benefit's been in existence this year for 18 years. And it is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And as a functioning 501c3, we are an all-voluntary workforce. We pay no administrative fees from any of the funds that we raise. So all the profit that we make is donated by the end of the year to the entities that we decide to be our recipients. Just to give a little history on Health and Child Benefit, Lori. Lori's a cost. We got to help them last year. Our first year was in 2008, and with family and friends, we conducted an event that had a chili cook-off, antique tractor pull, live auction, live entertainment. It was conducted on private property. We thought we did real good. You know, we put all our efforts into it, had a good turnout, and at the end of the event, we were able to donate $12,000. Now that was divided between 3 entities. And we donate our money to other 501c3s who care for children who have been affected by situations that's beyond their control. The Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children, the Northeast Texas Child Advocacy Center, which covers 8 counties in Northeast Texas, and also Southern Christian Home for Children. So, to our second year, it was cold that day. And when most of your events are held outside, like a tractor pull and a cook-off, and our auction was held outside, we didn't have a very big turnout. We were only able to donate $7,800 that year. A little disappointed, but it didn't stop us. Because when we get through each year with the kind of events we hold, we look to see what we did wrong and what do we do next year to make it better. And I don't have time here to tell you from the next few years on what all we conducted and our ideas we came up with, but I'm going to move up to the year of 2017. We decided to move it to the Hopkins County Regional Civic Center. We moved our tractor pull inside. We had our auction inside. I think some of the cooks even found a shed to be able to cook under in case it rains on them. That year we also did a raffle item, so something new. We started an FFA shop project contest, which gives children the opportunity to help children. We like to use that aspect. We've got a lot of children, different events that we do, helping children. We had a hot rod garden tractor pull. If you've ever seen one of those, they're exciting, especially if you're inside an enclosed building when they turn those motors up. It's exciting, to say the least. That year we were still donating to the same three recipients: the Scotch Rite Hospital, Child Advocacy Center, and the Southern Christian Home for Children. We donated $54,000 that year. Things are getting better. And I wish we could say that every year it did this. Sometimes you have setbacks. That's when you learn something. We might step back one year, and the next year we try a little harder. And I'm going to move from 2017 to 2024, this last year. Well, not after this last year. We're still in 225, so this is 2024. This was our record-breaking year. And as we started out, first year it was family and friends who helped us conduct our event. We gradually gained the assistance of Masonic Lodge members, starting in Hopkins County. Then we branched out into some other counties. They want to help. And this last year we had 6 Masonic Lodges in Hunt County that stepped up to help us volunteer to conduct our events. And so now we're doing brisket cook-off, chili cook-off, pinto bean cook-off. We have the shop project FFA contest, but we added a day to our event. We're always on the third Saturday, but now Friday, we devote that day to what's called an ag competition build-off, where teams of 4 students compete in a build-off competition. It's a timed 4-hour event. Each team builds the same item, and they do not know what it is coming into the day. And we've done this 3 years now. We've had anywhere from 35 to 40 teams in this contest. And they've represented anywhere from 20 to 25 school districts. And some schools have 2 teams. So we're reaching out there further, and what we do, we donate each one of those lodges that help us. We're 16. We donate each one of those lodges $1,500 for their scholarship program. They in turn have the ability to file for matching grants from Grand Lodge. So that increases it to $3,000 for them to use. Now each lodge chooses their own recipients. And it goes back to a school system that's in their area. So there's 16 different school systems that may be receiving scholarships through our efforts. I don't want to leave anything out, but that has grown to be a big part of our events. And I say events because another one of our events is a raffle item. We've got sponsors now who, for the last 3 years, we've been able to raffle off a Kubota side-by-side with a custom-built trailer built by the Como Picton FFA chapter. That's been a major part of our fundraising is that raffle item, but we have to get out and hustle. You might see us parked on the corner of the street or at a Lights Bank parking lot somewhere with that yellow orange Kubota on a trailer selling raffle tickets. But that's where the lodges come in to play because they get out and hustle and sell tickets. 6 of those lodges are here in Hunt County. So those scholarships went out to 6 different communities in Hunt County through our efforts. And I'm proud to say that last year, we donated $151,000. For a total, over the 18 years, I'm not bragging, but really I am. We donated $938,600 over the 18 years. Yeah, we said every year we're going to try to beat that. We're going to beat it. What's going to be our goal? If it's just $1 over 151,000, we beat it. So we've been struggling hard, not struggling, but we're trying hard. And right now we're at 97% of being where we want to be. That's 3% more. So we're looking for a little more help. But folks, I tell you, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing, helping the kids. And if you haven't had the opportunity to go to Scottish Rite Hospital and see the children there and meet the staff who care for the children, or if you've gone to a CASA office, or if you've gone to an advocacy center and listened to some of the stories that they have to care for our children, it's amazing what they do. And Laura, we applaud you for what you do. The recipients this year, well, last year, the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children, Northeast Texas Child Advocacy Center, the 16 lodges that received scholarship funds. And last year, for the first time, we did donate to Hunt County CASA, who gave them $10,000. And then Lake Country CASA in Sulphur Springs, they received $10,000. They will also be on our recipient list again this year. I promise you that. And I hope it's more. But we couldn't do what we do, first of all, without the help of God. He's amazing. And we couldn't do it without God. And we've seen it all through the 18 years in our efforts helping the children. Our generous communities. We couldn't do it without the help from our communities and the generous donations they make. We couldn't do it without these companies like car dealership and just, I can't name all of them. Anyway. And then our strong volunteer workers. We couldn't do it with all that. Out the volunteers to afford us the ability to be able to donate every dime, except for maybe to $20 or $30 to keep the account open until next year. But we do not donate our money before the end of the year. And couldn't do it without our volunteer workers. So, folks, thanks for the opportunity to come up here. Thank you, Shelley, for inviting me. And if anybody has any questions, we didn't have a digital program put together, but there's a brochure on your table. Please take them home with you. And if you've got any questions, catch me before I leave here today, or my phone number's on here. You give me a call. I'll be glad to talk to you about the Health Child Benefit. Thank you.
Now we're going to hear from Will Reese with the Texas Ramp Project through the Golden Coins.
Good morning. No, it's afternoon now, isn't it? I'm Will Reese, retired. The bomber plane out there, as we used to call it. Several years ago, I joined what was called Golden Cave, which is the Orville Launch. And right in the road, there's a guy there named Tom McAllister who volunteered me, I guess is the best way to put it, to start doing Texas Ramp Project. And we've been doing it, he started it in 2009. The actual Texas ramp project started in, wrong slide, let's talk to the slides. It started in 1985 by a guy named John Lane in the Dallas area. And by 2006, it had expanded all over the state of Texas. And we're not hitting every county in Texas, but we're hitting most of them. It provides volunteer teams the expertise to build ramps. TRP is solely focused on building wheelchair lifts. And these ramps are, because of the use of volunteer labor, which is us and other people in the county, are in the state. About 87% of the income that we get into Texas Ramp Project goes for ramp materials. Volunteers have committed over 800,000 hours to these projects. And then there's some, this is what we built over the last few years. And as you can see, they're bumping up every year. So we're almost needing more and more help. We build free ramps for all the people of low income. They are referred by caseworkers, home health care, nurses, doctors, social workers. We have Trina at the script who put in the application for a ramp, and then we take over as the builders to build those ramps. And this is the big one. It changes lives. It brings safety and convenience to people who can't get out, haven't been able to get out of their house. If they're wheelchair bound or they're using any other kind of conveyance because they're crippled or whatever, this helps them get out of the house. And we've had people, I've had people cry. Several ladies have cried because they can get out of the house now. We had one right over here in Greenville. She was an avid gardener. Well, she had diabetes and she lost both legs at about the knee level. And she was in a wheelchair. And she couldn't get outside. And she was so tickled after we built the ramp that she's one of them that cried on the scene. That really, you know, a grown guy is not supposed to get emotional about stuff, but sometimes you do. We allows older guys to stay in their homes. And the big problem nowadays is the kids want to send you to the nursing home. Because, you know, it gets them out of your hair. I'm not quite there yet. It allows adults of all to stay in their homes that they love. It does not discriminate by age, gender, you know, all the stuff we got to say. And we do not discriminate by age or anything else. And it keeps the people in their home. They can continue to live in their home even if they're low income. And all of these ramps, this is the ticklish part of it. Every ramp has to be built by ADA compliance, which is a 1 in 12 slope. And to put that in perspective, for every inch of height you've got on a porch, you got to have a foot of ramp. Some of these ramps we build are on mobile homes, out in the country. I think the longest one I remember building was 56 foot. That takes a while, and it takes a lot of material. So we try our best. More bang for the buck, you build more ramps instead of longer ramps. It doesn't always work, but we try. And I'm getting lost in my notes. Which one's next? started in, like I said before, we got started in 2009. And we have been doing it up for all those years. We have over 500 right now, because we built one Wednesday, we're up to 538, which is a lot of rents. This year we have received 67 referrals. Somebody was asking me a while ago, how far are you behind? We're pretty far behind. We can't keep up. And the problem is, some of our caregivers are sending new ones to us once, twice, 3 times a week, and you can't keep up. So we have to kind of prioritize them. Our current partners in this, Texas Rent Project, F.L. Young Foundation, and the reason I underline Hunt Memorial Hospital District Tobacco Fund, as many of you in the room who are nonprofits know, you ain't getting nothing next year. So we're losing their grant. And we get a lot of pay-it-forward contributions from the customers that we build ramps for. And these individuals, I don't know if it's guilt or pride or whatever it is, they can't take a free ramp. They want to pay for something. The others, we get Dee and Mary Jean. I always like to list them because the warehouse we've got downtown, they pay for the lights, all the electricity, we have power tools that we have down there, all the storage for our equipment, and we build, most of our stuff is built in modules, so we do that early on, and then we can take less time to build a ramp out in the country. But we're really very thankful for them for that. We need leaders, besides me, volunteers. No skill is necessary, and I use the old military term, on-the-job training, to tell, we'll teach you, if you'll volunteer and you come, we'll teach you, and it does change a person's life in a day. And volunteer experience, you don't, like I said, you don't have to have an experience. Just come on down and we'll put you to work. There's the bottom line. Volunteers are touched, and I call it blessed. Every time we build one of these ramps, like I said, you have people cry. You have people. We had one lady. As soon as we got the ramp built, she was on her wheelchair, up and down the ramp. She said, I gotta make sure I can make it up and down this thing. And they're very grateful, and we're very grateful for being able to build it. And carpenter skills aren't required. It's helpful, but it's not required. And we'll teach you how to do it. And it's bring your own sunscreen, you know, all the other stuff that you need. We usually bring water too, so we don't bring any other beverages. If you want snacks and stuff like that, bring them. We do provide some of the tools. One of our sponsors, we will see here in just a second, Hilti. I don't know if many of you know what Hilti is. It's a tool manufacturer. Well, several years ago, out of their refurbished unit, they had a lot of stuff left over. So what they did was donated all that to the Texas Rent Project. So we have tools that we can provide for you to use when you're building the ramps. And this is the bottom. The bottom one on this one is really important. We're experiencing, if you saw that a while ago, we're building more and more ramps. We're getting more and more requirements to build ramps, and we can't keep up, as you saw on that other slide. And we need more people to survey. We'll teach you how to do the survey, build, and donate to do these ramps. And this is some of our, I guess you call it corporate sponsors. Gotta do a little name dropping here. And that is the end of my presentation. And we thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
And lastly, I invite Terry Connolly with Fire Will Ministries to the stage.
Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm president of Fire Will Ministries. We're a very young ministry. We did receive our 501c this past February, so we're just beginning into stepping into the ministry we believe God has called us to. This is my daughter, Jennifer Bell. She started the ministry with me. And we would like to thank Shelley and the Chamber for having us stay and allowing us to share our heart and our vision for what we feel called to do. The mission that we have is we want to help people overcome their past challenges. And most of you probably know in our community, and it's not just our community, but there's a great need for people that have been on drugs or incarcerated, a lot of them because of drugs, to have somewhere to go and someone to mentor them and disciple them when they want to come out of drugs or they're getting out of incarceration and they don't have anywhere to go. So our mission is to help them overcome these challenges. And specifically, we focus on incarceration and the addiction, of building a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and then we help them walk through a healing process and a restoration process so that they can come out on the other side of that and overcome those past challenges. And through this, that will help our community because, as you all well know, I would guess that if I asked y'all how many of you have been touched by this in your family or through friends, most everybody would probably raise their hand that they've seen some kind of an addiction or incarceration or struggles like that in their family or in their close friends. So this is a need in our community, and God has put it on our heart to try to step in and fill that gap. Unfortunately, our passion for this started with our own personal family. So we've had these issues in our family, and that's why we have such a passion and a compassion for people that have been struggling with that, because we have experienced it firsthand, the pain and the obstacles that are faced by trying to start new and start over again. So many of those, especially coming out of incarceration, they had nowhere to go except back to where they came from. And that's just kind of, pull them back into that old lifestyle and the environments and the habits that they had previously. So we believe that through this discipling and giving them a place to go when they get out and being able to mentor them and disciple them and walk through it with them, that we can help them to change and not go back into that old lifestyle. We hold them through faith and accountability and just practical support. They can change and they can not go back. So I'm going to let Jennifer speak a little bit now. She has kind of a testimony.
Hello. I'm going to try not to get emotional. When I talk about this, I tend to get very emotional about it. I do have a very personal heart for this because I have experienced addiction myself. I didn't have anywhere to go. I walked through every step of my healing through the Word of God. Jesus helped lead me through it. Through many, many years of addiction, I did it on my own. And so I know that there are people that can do it without God. I tried that, and usually at some point you relapse again. You can be successful for an amount of time, but it's usually not forever. And I did that for many, many years until I realized that 100% it was only going to be by the grace of God that was going to redeem me. And I'm standing here completely drug-free and free. So yes, it's very personal to my heart. I have been incarcerated, I have been arrested, I have been addicted. My children have suffered. My dad was also incarcerated, so it is my heart to just say, you know what, this has to stop. This has to stop. So after I was able to get through this, I decided that I wanted to give back to my community, so I serve as a chaplain. I go to Hunt County Jail, to Hopkins County Jail. I'm also a chaplain for Marketplace Chaplains. I know, because I'm a living testimony, that it's possible to recover and to become successful and not live under that addiction and that bondage. So when I go into the jails, I speak to the ladies and I tell them, how many times have you been to jail? How many of y'all are sitting here and you've been here before? Half, if not more, of them raise their hands. So we have a terrible recidivism rate of these just revolving door of these women and their children that go to family members, or they go to CPS, or they go to foster, and then these kids grow up, and then they're addicted, and then they're abandoned, and it just keeps going and going and going. And so somebody stands up and says, hey, I'm going to break this cycle. I'm going to be the one that changes my family. And I'm that person for my family. I am that person. And I want to be that and grab the hands of other people that want to be that for their family too. And that is my heart for the reason why I want to do this. Going into prison is not ideal. Most people don't want to do that. Even the people that volunteer with me are like very nervous. I'm like, they're going to let you out. When we get to leave, okay, you're not going to keep you in here. But it's just, in the Bible, you know, in Matthew, Jesus talks about ministering to the least of these. And he says to them, if you do this, it's the same as if you were doing it to me. And so I really feel that when I go in there, when I'm going into the jail and I'm talking to these ladies and I'm bringing them hope to say, look, I've been there, I know where y'all are at. And they have a tendency to listen to me more than they will listen to someone else, because I can actually say I've walked in those shoes. And it helps them, it does. I've had people go to prison and do years of TDC imprisonment, and they come out and look for me and say, are you the one that came to Hunt County because you saved my life? And that is just a reward in itself, just to know that you really can make a difference. As much as I am not proud of where I've been, and even to say somewhat humiliated by it, I know that the Lord wants to use it, and I yield to Him using me in any way if it can break the bondage of anybody else's family and help them see freedom. I'm willing to do that. And so my heart is that I am also going to college to get my licensed Christian counseling degree. So provide this to the ladies and the people that we want to serve. So and say our vision, our long-term goal is to provide transitional housing, combined with discipleship and life skills training, a safe place where people can rebuild their lives while we work toward the big vision. The big vision is to have places where they can come. A lot of, like I said, when I'm in the jail, and the girls are like, I'm getting out in 30 days, or I'm getting out in 90 days, and I'm like, well, where are you going? Right back to the drug house they came out of, right back to the man that was abusing them, right back to the drug addict boyfriend that they lived with. And then 6 months or a year later, I see them again, and they're back in there again. And this just keeps going. So we really want to step in and be that, you know what, hey, come, let me put you under our wing. Let's try to help you. And I know that there's challenges that come with that. We are not delusional, okay? It is not easy, and I know that. I don't think that we will be able to help them all, but I do believe that we can help many. And I do believe that there are actual people in there that do want to change and are willing to put in the hard work to make that happen, and those are the ones that we want to help. So our vision is big, I know that. It's very big. And like Mom mentioned, we are just getting started. But we want to be able to at least disciple, educate, love on them, provide practical needs for them. And the big picture, to have somewhere for them to come. I have linked up with some other places that are already doing that have the housing, that we can still volunteer and help and show up for them too. So we want to link arms with other people too, even like Arms of Hope is saying, like what they do. We could be very much a help to those ladies and stuff like that. So many of you in the room, we could really collaborate with and make a change in Hunt County. I believe that we can have heaven in Hunt County. I believe that. So building partnerships with all the local organizations in general, and then collecting essential needs and items for future housing and building that vision. So that's really what we're set for currently. We have been holding women's conferences for the past few years, and a woman did came to one of our conferences after struggling with addiction for more than 25 years. She came to our conference, and we did an altar call at the end of our conference, and she came up and we prayed for her, and just really loved on her and supported her and walked alongside her for over a year. And today she is completely healed, completely restored, and is happily married to a godly man and raising her children in church. And this is what hope looks like. And I do believe that we can have an impact on Greenville as well as all of our connecting counties and cities as well. We would ask that anybody would want to partner with us to make the vision a reality. Ways that you get involved would be to volunteer. If you have a story, if you have time, if you have skills that you want to contribute, or go with me to jail, I'll take you in. Donate, of course, and more than anything, to pray. Pray for those that serve and for God's provision for all of those that are in need of this ministry.
I just want to end it with every prayer, every dollar, every hour matters. So together we can change lives in this community. Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. And everyone is our neighbor, no matter what. Everyone is our neighbor, and we are called to love them well. So today we just ask you to come alongside of us and partner with us, and come visit our table, and there's more information, some brochures and cards, and we just thank you for your time and support, and let's make a difference together.
At this time, I'm going to ask board members, Kelly Bullock with Family First Home Health and Hospice to the stage, and then Jimmy Dickey with GEUS. They were two of the board members that got together to pick our nonprofit of the year. Now, get this, neither one of them wanted to speak. So I'm just going to give them a mic so they can say the winner together.
Well, all of them were very deserving of this award, but we chose the Golden Kiwanis and Texas Break Project.
This is a worthy cause, and we thank you very much. And just how many rounds people
our other speakers today. So don't leave without your big check, okay? You can take this, so. But Terry, Wayne, Jaya, and Rachel, don't leave here without your donation that I'm giving you. I also want to let all the nonprofits that are here today know that our leadership class will be starting up in September 2026, so in about 9 months or whatever. The new class will be looking for a new nonprofit to help in the community. So be thinking about what you can ask for. Our last leadership class that graduated this past June. And by the way, stand up if you were in that leadership class. They raised over $55,000. And they purchased 16 refrigerated lockers for Hunt County Shared Ministries to assist in improving food accessibility in our community. And you'll start seeing that around January. They're going to be putting it out at the new fish building. So we hope to have a ribbon cutting and everything. So again, if you're a nonprofit and you think that maybe a new leadership class can help you earn funds to help you with something, I'll be sending an email out in the summer. And so just look forward to that email. And by the way, there's Bonnie Stewart over there, who is a GISD board member who was not here when I introduced her. All right, so I want to thank you for coming today. Don't forget to shop local this month, this December. And Hannah, I don't know if Hannah and Caleb got together and they made this super cute shop local for the season and keep the cheer here. Isn't that cute? So may your holidays be filled with peace, love, and laughter. So thank you for coming today.
This video has been brought to you by Juice. Juice is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.